Youth Emergency Services really started because of a group of concerned citizens that knew there was a problem with youth and runaways in the Omaha metropolitan area.
Some of the original board members, they saw some youth homeless in downtown and realized that there was a need.
I remember sitting at work one day looking in the one ads for houses for rent and spotted the first one that we ended up with. It's at 47th and Davenport, and that became our first shelter. We had that house full because we had not only youth being served there, we had the administrative office, the staff offices, and the board met in the home as well.
The organization grew and took advantage of properties that were available. Board members were getting second mortgages on their home to be able to buy a building, spending their free time on the weekends painting or upgrading the facilities that were being purchased. They were absolutely dedicated and devoted to making sure the organization worked.
We were trying to really increase the awareness about youth emergency services and the fact that Omaha actually did have a youth homelessness population that wasn't being served or was being greatly underserved.
As a youth with being in the system, I have been at the group home or the shelter. It was off of Izzard for a while. That was the limbo spot for some people, was waiting to where their next step was going to go. We would hang out at a place that everybody knows now iconically as you walk into Jean Leahy Mall. It would be like 5 or 6 people with backpacks. They would just walk up and along that sidewalk of Jean Leahy Mall to give us food when we would need food or hygiene products.
We were able to expand programming to not only serve kids out on the street through outreach and through the shelter program that was already established, but then we were able to get a drop-in center started, which was amazing.
39th and Hardy, there was this little tiny office and there'd be tables and you guys would give us a hot meal. You know, if we needed to hit the pantry, get clothing, hygiene products. If anybody was struggling to get a ride to go get their social security card or their ID or help filling out the food stamp forms.
We were just putting Band-Aids on before, and then slowly but surely the organization began to morph and serve more needs. When the group maternity home opened, I was so pleased. The girls would stay for up to, I believe it was 2 years. They could come in while they were pregnant, but there was parenting classes, they had to have a job, they had to be in school. It was a great way to get these young ladies prepared for motherhood and prepared for the life ahead.
During my board orientation, it just kept on coming up. We historically have incredibly smart people around the table. They understand inefficiencies, they understand culture, but when you are disjointed and not together all the time, that creates a cultural problem. And so I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just start trying? And we did, and here we are.
The consolidation of our programs onto one campus is really an exciting time for YES, and especially exciting as we celebrate our 50 years and really celebrate where we came from in 1974 with one house to being able to 50 years later expand that to one campus. We're creating this center because we know that youth homelessness is something that is going to continue to be a crisis within our community. And so we are creating this space for not only the ones that we are serving today, but also the ones that we have to serve tomorrow and in the future.